Hey guys, I'm Solid Joker. Don't mind the way. This is for my costume for later in the year. But for those of you who are going to your conventions, I should say right now, you might see this hairstyle at least there somewhere. But for those who don't know what this hairstyle is from, it's from a show that I like on Netflix. So I will say the show is on Netflix. It is anime. And they got a show coming out pretty soon. So there you go. Have fun trying to find the character I'm gonna be. But anyways, let's just talk about Sicario Day of Soldado for a little bit. Here are my thoughts, my opinions on this somewhat surprising of a still good sequel. I say surprisingly and good sequel, not a bad sequel, a good sequel. Surprisingly, had I seen the first Sicario, now surprisingly I didn't see Sicario in its initial run back in 2015. I saw the DVDs there at my video store. I thought I might as well rent this, and surprisingly I'm like, wow, I'm surprised. That's a good film. I'm like, who are these guys? Director don't know you. I still recognize the writer's name because I was watching Sons of Anarchy, and his name popped up. I'm like, oh, this guy's from Sons of Anarchy? Nah, no wonder why. Then there was Hell and High Water. Again, by the same writer. I thought, man, this guy's going places. And then my personal favorite film of him, Wind River, who he directed and wrote for Wind River. And I thought, man, this guy's going places. And now he's back at it again for writing, for his fourth writing credit at least, for Sicario Day of Soldado. Now, as far as everything goes for this film, it does take place after the first film, of course, obviously. I gotta say, within a year, maybe a year and a half. To say at most or at the least. And now more of the now the world kind of knows what's going on, just a little. They only know someone a little bit after a big event that happens within the first, I want to say 5 to 6 minute film, where the government finally says the U.S. Army is coming after you now. So it's like, oh boy, something's gonna happen in this film. A little bit. The army does get someone involved for a little bit, but it's mostly this special Black Ops, Secret Off Groups Black Ops group, where they are going back into Mexico with the same set of crews, save for Emily Blunt, who was filming A Quiet Place at the time when they filmed Sicario, to figure out, okay, what the hell do we do now? We gotta stop all these attacks right now. We gotta stop everything. What do we do? And someone's big bright ideas. Take the head. Or at least have all the family start fighting each other. You make it look like it's everyone else fighting each other. Because remember, the families, I believe, at the end, they had a peace treaty, according to Sicario at least. But now it's like, okay, you know what? We need the families to start attacking each other at least. So it's gonna go off into that direction. But I was surprised to see within this film that there's a nice simple 180-degree turns. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went from this set of film that I was thinking I was going down to okay, you caught me off guard, and I'm a little happy for that, and somewhat a little mad. If the first film was more drama, suspense, thriller, this one's more crime, thriller, action film. So yes, the drama and suspense are all gone, but there are still few. But there is a couple nice suspense moments where I thought this is a nice suspense moment. If only there was maybe like one or two more like that, then I would be a little more happy with the film. But I will say at the same time, it gets the job done. Is there anything particularly different with the direction? No, not really. Is the writing the same? It's still the same, but it's through the actor's performance and, of course, this writer's belief in his words of his actions come down to their performance themselves. Sure, the action sequences this time around are a cliche, typical, oh, it's Hollywood for you. Well, that's Hollywood for you. Where in your mind you'll be saying, oh, that is typical standard Hollywood action sequence that you would see in any other film. Sicario, they could have done a little better with that, but I thought, you know what? They were nicely execution. They were still brutal. They were still bloody, and I thought, hey, that's a good thing because you want to change it up a little bit with your sequels. If you make one more drama, suspense, thriller, you can have this one to be a nice drama, action thriller this time around. Sure, I wish there was more suspense moments, like the one where Blunt's character was ambushed within the first film, which I thought they executed brutally. You don't get the same impact like that this time around. But I will say it's still the same film, a little more darker, a little more action. Everything else still remains the same, and it's still much of an enjoyable film. The first Sicario if I did a review, it would give like a solid 8 out of 10. This one is still repeating some of the same things from exactly from the first film, but I thought the execution was slightly more better. There's a little bit more risk around, but unfortunately, it does lose that suspense feeling that we had in the first film. There's a nice 180-degree twist in the end. I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's interesting. It's still dark as it was in the first film, but they could do more better on the execution wise, and just pacing things out a little better, and just getting that dang execution because they had the setup, they had it going, but it almost feels like we're watching one one or two different long feature length episodes. But that being said, Sicario is still an enjoyable film, and I will give Sicario Day of Soldado a solid 7 out of 10. Everything is still the same, and it's still the same enjoyable film that I saw from the very first time, for the first film at least. But since movie 3 is confirmed, I hope they do a little better job with movie 3. If you make it, I would say maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes, or just focus on one plot first before they go on to the next one. Because like I said, there's that twist here, but it almost feels like it should be meant for somewhat of a different film, or some should have saved it for a extended Blu-ray edition. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Sicario, and I hope you go, and I recommend seeing it in theaters. Have a good one.